Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Gary Hibner here from On Track Tuts, and in this video, we're going to take a look at the all button mode in the FetComp on the Fat channel. Now, the FetComp is one of my favorite compressors in Studio One, and using the all button mode is really a happy accident that was brought about on the actual hardware unit, which is the Yuri 1176 back in the day. So what you got is a compressor with fixed ratio modes. So you've got a 4:1, an 8:1, a 12:1, and a 20:1. And back in the day, the engineer accidentally pressed in all the buttons and you got what's known now as the all button mode. And what this does is it creates a unique character on this compressor where it gives you this sort of punchiness and these short attack and release times that really adds a lot of character to your productions. So in this video, let's take a look at how we can produce that same technique in the Fat channel in Studio One. So let me show you the FetComp with the all mode in action on some drums. So I've got my drums over here. I'm going to add an instance of the Fat channel. With this, I need to just click over here, choose the FetComp. I need to turn it on, and then with the parameters, you've got an input where you can drive the input coming into the compressor. You can set the output level. So sometimes when you push too much input coming in, you need to pull back on the output. Then you've got your attack and release times, and the 1176 or the FetComp is very well known to have very short release and attack times. And then over here are your ratio modes. So as you can see, they fixed ratios. You've got 4:1, 8:1, 12:1, 20:1, and then when you click on the all button, it pushes all those buttons in. And what this gives you is a ratio in between 12:1 and 20:1. So let's see what this sounds like. I'm going to play back my drums and then push up this input till I get about 7 dB of gain reduction of compression and then adjust the output. Driving it quite hard there. Let's pull back this output. This is without. And then this is with the all mode. Definitely giving it a lot of punch and a lot of character. So I can actually pull back on this attack if I find it's cutting off too much of the transients. So that's one way of working with it. Another way is to use it sort of in a parallel mode where we add an instance of the FetComp as a send, and then we can dial in how much of that compressed sound we want to blend with the unprocessed sound of the drums. So let's do that. So I'm going to bypass it as an insert. Then I'm going to go to my browser and add an instance of the Fat channel as a send onto my drums. Then I'm going to select the FetComp, turn it on. I'm going to dial in sort of similar settings, but maybe just push it a bit more. So an input roundabout over here, pull back on the output, have a short attack and release time, and set it to the all mode. So now we got something like this. I'm just going to pull down the send, and then I'm going to play back and then increase that level of that send. At the same time, I'm just going to have the FetComp up here so you can see what's happening. There you can see that it's got some compression happening. So we're having that blend or parallel processing of the all mode of the 1176. This is before. And then now with the FetComp, I'm actually going to drive this a bit more and turn that output. So you can actually go quite wild with these settings. Pull this back. Okay, so now let's hear what it sounds like within the context of a full mix, because we've just got the drums in isolation here. And if you like what you're seeing here, I've got a full Udemy course where I cover everything that you need to know about compression in Studio One. So if you want to learn more about compression and how it works in your productions, definitely check out that course. I'll leave a link in the description below. So I'm just going to unsolo the drums. I'm going to turn off the send, and we're going to hear what it sounds like by using it as an insert and as a send with the other instruments. Let's pull back on that output. So this is as an insert. Before, just take a listen to that kick and snare, how it comes a lot more punchier. Turn on. Now let's hear what it sounds like as a send. I'm going to first play back without the fat channel and then add it in. Pull this back. Before. And adding it in. Yeah, so that is definitely giving my mix a lot more punch, and that's just using it on the drums. And you can use it on other instruments as well. But just one more thing that I want to show you with drums, in particular if you're using it on rock drums like this, is adding the all mode onto the overheads and the remarks. So I've got an overhead track over here and two remarks. So the overhead is like this. Then I've got the remark. And then a second remark. So now let's hear what this sounds like when we use a FetComp on here in the all mode with quite high settings. So I'm going to jump across to my mixer. I'm going to go to the overheads, add an instance of the fat channel, go for the FetComp, dial in quite a heavy setting, all mode, have short attack and release. I'm just going to copy that across to the room marks as well. So here are the overhead and room marks without the FetComp. And now with it. Very nice. So let's hear with the drums. So here are the drums without those on the overheads and the room marks. And now with them. And now within the context of a full mix. So I'm going to turn off the solo drums, turn off the all modes on the overhead and room marks, play back. And now with those all modes. So there you go. That is the FetComp using the all mode. And as you can see, when you push those settings quite high, you really get a lot more punch and a lot more attack with your instruments that you're using it on. I've just shown you on drums over here, but you can definitely use it on any type of instrument if you just want to give it more impact and more punch in your mix. So that's it for the all button mode and the fat channel. It really is a great compressor mode to use in your productions that adds a lot of character and punch to your productions. So test it out for yourself and let me know what you think. So if you like this video and you want to know more about compression, like I mentioned earlier, I do have a full course where I go into everything that you need to know about compression in Studio One and how you can use it to improve your productions. I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, if you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and some comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to click on the notification bell to be notified of future videos. I'll catch you in the next one.